Are you ready for your next MSC cruise? Today you will learn many reasons why an MSC cruise might be your next great vacation.
Now boarding. Your ticket to adventure departing from Gate 25. Your journey starts now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Now Boarding, your ticket to adventure. I'm your host, Brandon, and we have such a fun interview today. I get to interview one of my most favorite colleagues that I deal with anywhere in the business, and that is Jordan Gradel from MSC Cruises. And today we're going to be talking about MSC and everything that we have going on down here in Galveston. But first, I'll let Jordan introduce herself.
Thank you, Brandon. It is a pleasure to be here. I'm so excited to talk with you today about MSC Cruises and us coming to Texas. We cannot wait for November. But like Brandon mentioned, my name is Jordan Gradel, and I am the Business Development Manager for MSC Cruises, and I cover all of the South Texas region. So course, that includes Galveston. I've been with MSC since October of 2024. My background is in the hotel industry, but I'm super thrilled to be on board with MSC Cruises.
Excellent. Excellent. Yeah. So we have a few questions today, and really it'll help us learn a bit more about MSC and everything that you got going on here. And I'm super excited. We're only, we are
like less than 6 months.
6 months. Yeah. So it's happening quick. So first of all, who is MSC Cruises?
That's a great question. Who is MSC Cruises? We really do have such a rich history, even though a lot of people here, not only in Texas, but in the United States, are just now hearing and learning about us. MSC Cruises, it came to life in the 70s, but MSC stands for Mediterranean Shipping Company. You might see some of our big yellow shipping containers as you're driving down the highway. But that is also us as well. C as a company is family owned, privately owned. It started over 300 years ago. And then in the 70s, they rolled out MSC Cruises, and we started sailing from North America in 2017. So we're very, very new, but we're one of the fastest growing cruise lines in the world. We are number one in Europe, and we're the number one cruise line in South America, and we're trying to take that title here in the States as well. But MSC Cruises, I like to say that we are for people who have a passport and they like to use it often. We're a European cruise line, and so we really do cater to sophisticated voyagers, and we're growing so quickly. Galveston will be our 4th terminal here in the United States, and we'll have another one in Seattle, our 5th terminal next year in 2026. So lots of exciting things coming down the pipe.
Excellent. That sounds handy. So when does MSC come to Galveston? We've seen the new terminal being built, so you're going to have a whole brand new home here. But when is all that going to take place?
Yes. So MSC will have its inaugural sailing out of Galveston November of 2025. Less than 6 months from now, we are building our new terminal and a parking garage. It's going to be at Pier 16 here in Galveston. I drove by it the other day. The parking garage is up. The terminal is up as well. So it should be ready by September, fingers crossed. But November 9th is the inaugural sailing date. We'll be doing 7-night sailings year round. We'll be the 3rd cruise line offering year-round sailings.
Excellent. Excellent. What ship is coming to Galveston? That's going to be important as well.
We're so incredibly lucky. We're getting the MSC Seascape. She was built in 2022. So she's pretty new. She is currently sailing out of Miami, but we're going to get the Seascape. She can accommodate over 5,800 guests, and that's not including crew.
Excellent. I'm losing you a little bit there with your connection, but we can make this work. Where is the Seascape going to go?
The ports of call are going to be Costa Maya, Roatan, Costa Maya, and Cozumel. There's too many C's.
Excellent. Okay. So a familiar route here, but an incredibly popular route. It's one of the main routes that we sail from Galveston, but it's even incredibly popular with the folks sailing out of Florida that could go anywhere in the Caribbean. They want to go down to Cozumel, Costa Maya, and Roatan as well. How can people book an MSC cruise at the best rate? What's the best rate that they can find?
A lot of people may or may not know this, but MSC right now, we are probably one of the lowest priced cruise lines right now because we're so new. We call it our entry level pricing. We want people to give us a try because we know that once you experience MSC Cruises and what our ship has to offer, that's going to be your new favorite cruise line. So I always tell people book through a travel advisor. And the reason why is they're going to have access to discounted rates, promotionals, flash sales that you won't be able to find on the consumer website or if you were to just call in. So definitely utilizing your travel advisor. They're going to make sure that they get you the best deals that MSC has available. And sometimes they can even get you a couple of extra perks here and there as well.
The prices, I've been monitoring those. The prices are exceptional. I mean, they're really, really low and there's great value. Are there any current promotions that you know of or ones coming up?
Memorial Day is coming up. Memorial Day and Black Friday, I think, are two of the most popular days for sales, and MSC, it is no exception to that. So we are doing a 40% off offer for Memorial Day. I believe kids sell free for that as well. So that sale will be May the 21st through June the 2nd, I believe.
One of the things that I've noticed with MSC is the kids, oops, I lost me there. The kids sale free always includes like summer break, spring break, Christmas vacation, when you can actually take your kids without having to pull them out of school. So you have a lot of great opportunities to use that kids sale free option.
Definitely. And, our goal, especially for Galveston, our goal is to fill the ship as far out as possible, because I know once we're here and people see our ship and they're at the terminal, they're going to want to experience it. So I tell people book now, because I can't say this for sure. This is way outside of my job responsibilities, but I have a feeling that once we are officially sailing out of Texas, those rates are going to end up changing just due to the demand. So book your next 4 cruises now to lock in those great rates. Our ships are extremely family friendly. We have one of the best kids club out of all of the cruise lines. We have a key partnership with Lego and Formula One. So there's lots of fun interactions and attractions on board as well. But yes, you definitely take advantage of the sales. Like you mentioned, Brandon, we have those sales available during the holidays, during the summer break. So we're not restricting you to when you can or cannot travel with your family and utilizing those promotions.
Yeah, you have the Formula One simulator where you can pretend like you're going 200 miles an hour on a cruise ship. The Lego thing is huge. I've seen some of that. I think on the World America that we set a record by connecting little Lego cruise ships from like one end of the ship to the other. There was a big deal about that.
Yes, it's like the longest Lego cruise ship or line of Lego cruise ships in the world. Another fun thing that MSC has is we also have a partnership with the Guinness World Record. What's really cool is when you go on board, depending on the itinerary, a lot of times we'll have shows on board where you can go and try to break silly world records, like how many hats you can balance on your head or how many rings you can toss onto a coat hanger. But that's another fun one that's kind of unique and different and kind of silly. But we do have that partnership with Guinness. And so that was really cool to see us beat that world record of all of our Lego cruise ships lined up.
And I've seen with the Legos also, they do like a Lego Masters type thing on the ship.
Like building activities on World America. We actually have like a separate section where families can go and just do builds together at their leisure. But in the kids club, we also have opportunities for families and groups to come and compete on who has the best win or the best build. And then people will vote and then we decide the winner from there. But it is very similar to to the Lego Masters show where you work together as a team and build your most creative Lego build. And it's a lot of fun. It's something that you wouldn't think of when you think of a cruise ship, but with our partnership, it kind of just makes sense.
Very cool. Yeah, that's awesome. Another thing that's super exciting to me, I have not yet been on an MSC ship and I'm already gold status, which was super cool because I participated in the status match program. And can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So MSC Cruises status matches. So what does that mean? That means that you can bring your status from another cruise line or even a hotel chain and get those benefits at MSC Cruises. So for example, if you have a status with with, let's just say Carnival, for example, and you go and you do your status match, you can take that to your travel advisor. They can status match for you. Takes maybe 24 hours, maybe a few days, depending. And they will look to see what tier you're at with that other cruise line or hotel chain. And they will put you in a tier that's, mostly resembles that, just to make sure that you are already set up. So for example, you said that you have never sailed MSC, but you're already in our gold tier, which I think is our third highest tier, in our loyalty program. So before you've even sailed on MSC, you can start getting benefits and discounts for your future cruises and onboard discounts as well. So it really is something unique that MSC offers. And even if you have hotel status, so if you have, I have Hilton Honors Points. So you can, if you have Hilton Honors Points or Marriott Bonvoy, you can status match on that as well. And I will note, I will note that it is a one-time status match because I get this question a lot. So if you status match today, you can't redo it a year from now, but you can, of course, once you're in your tier with MSC, you can, of course, sail your way up and you keep that status as long as you sail once every 5 years.
Yeah, I was able to, I had already booked my first MSC cruise when I did my status match. And so I was able to get a little bit more of a discount off of that cruise. I think I was able to get some onboard credit along with that as well, based on my status. And there were a few other things that, as an entry level sailor with MSC Cruises, I was able to get a little more out of the deal just by doing the status match. It was free, didn't cost anything. And, 24 hours, it took well less than 24 hours. I mean, it was super quick. It took me about 3 or 4 minutes at most to submit everything. And then within a few hours, I had a response back. So it was huge. That's the bulk of our questions, but I do want to cover a couple of things maybe about MSC. So the chocolate shop, that's huge. You have the chocolate shop on the ship where they make chocolate on the boat while you're sailing that you get to enjoy.
Yeah, so we have Vinci chocolate, which is Italian chocolate. And you're right, the chocolatiers are on board and you can watch them make their creations right on the other side of the glass. And then in the shop, we sell, of course, in truffles, any kind of chocolates. We have them in individual pieces. So it's kind of like a traditional candy store here in the United States where you can get your bag and fill up, with whatever flavors you'd like. They measure it and they give you the price on that. Or we have a case full of more decadent chocolate pieces that you can pick from. But we have amazing coffee on board as well that you can get at the Vinci chocolate shop. We also have, I haven't tried it personally, but I hear it's like the best hot chocolate ever that you can get at Vinci. So that is such a really cool and unique thing that you can do on board as well. So it kind of plays into, that American comfort with European style. So we kind of take both styles of cruising and blend it together to make this beautiful multicultural concoction of cruising. I love when you get on our ships, you'll hear people speaking Spanish, Italian, Greek, French, and of course English. And it really is just such a unique way to immerse yourself in different cultures. I think it's also a unique opportunity to sail and travel with people from all over the globe and have this shared experience with each other. I think that's really special.
When you travel, it's always nice to be a part of a different culture, wherever it is that you're traveling. And so you have that opportunity on the ship. When I was in Italy, I did get a hot chocolate one day, and I think it is just hot chocolate. There's no powder and milk and all that other stuff that we do. It's just hot chocolate that you can drink, and it is amazing. It's unbelievable, like nothing you've ever had before. Another one thing that I do want to make sure we cover, because to me, I feel like this is a huge selling point for MSC, and that is how we categorize our rooms. So we still have the interior room, we still have the ocean view, the balcony, the suites, we have everything that you're going to get on another ship, but you have different amenity levels. So depending on what it is that you want to enjoy on your cruise, you can purchase that amenity level built in with your room, where your room is on the ship. Let's talk about that a little bit more.
Yeah, so something that MSC does that I think is really unique is we basically give the traveler the opportunity to customize their sailing down to their experience and their cabin type. So as you mentioned, you can have an interior cabin, you can have an ocean view cabin, you can have a balcony, you can have a suite. But let's just say you want to do a balcony cabin. I mean, who doesn't love a balcony cabin? You then get to pick what experience that you want to have. And what I mean by that is with MSC Cruises, we have 3 different experiences, and you can pick, it doesn't matter what cabin type you're in. Once you pick your cabin type, you pick your experience. So we have our Bella experience. That's going to be our starting tier. Think of it as a guaranteed cabin. This is really great for maybe younger people that are traveling with their family, and maybe they're going to cover the cost of their room. They don't want to go all out because they don't plan on being in their room. They really just want to have a cabin, but that's kind of the space that they're going to go back to at the end of the day. But they're going to be out doing all the activities, going to all the ports. Bella is a guaranteed cabin. If you do Fantastica, you get a little bit more of selection. So what I mean by that is you get to pick where your cabin is on the ship. So what deck is it on? You get to pick specifically which cabin you're in, and you get to pick your dining time as well. So we have an early dining time and a late dining time. So with the Bella experience, we will put you in whatever dining time we see fit. Now, when you are booking your reservation or you're working with your travel advisor, they do have the capability to link reservations, so everybody will be eating together. But if you're just a couple traveling, we will decide if you're doing the late dining time or the early dining time. With Fantastica, you get to pick, like I said, your dining time, your stateroom, and the location. If you have the Aria experience, that's the 3rd tier. The Aria experience is really ideal for people who want a little bit more of the bells and whistles. They plan on going to the spa. Maybe they're celebrating a special occasion. So not only do you get to pick where your stateroom is on the ship, but we reserve the prime locations on board for Aria sailors. You also have anytime dining, so you don't have to pick between an early or late dining time. You have anytime dining. You have your own Aria main dining room. You can show up whenever you'd like. You also have discounts on spa services. You also have priority embarkation and disembarkation right after our yacht club sailors. And you have the robes in your room, the slippers, the pillow menu. So you get a lot of the more lush options. And then, of course, we have yacht club. Yacht club, people hear yacht club, they think they have to have some kind of a membership. You don't have to have a membership. It's our ship within a ship concept. So what that means is you can go in yacht club and never leave yacht club the whole time you're sailing, because you have everything that you need there. You have your own swimming pools, your own whirlpools, your own restaurant, your own bars, your own agenda as far as entertainment and activities go. And you have 24/7 butler service as well. So I could go on and on about Yacht Club. That's a whole nother conversation, but those are the different experiences that you can expect to pick from when you're booking on MS.
I think we've covered just about all the good meat of the interview. So now it's time for my favorite part of the interview, and that's the speed round, where we surprise you with some random questions about travel and you get to answer them. So let's see here. Okay, so we have 3 questions in the speed round. They're going to come at you fast, so we'll have to hit them hard. First of all, your favorite ship at MSC.
Okay, so I've heard great things about a lot of the ships that I personally have not been able to sail on, like the Miravilia. I'm really hoping I can sail on her soon. And World America, I just went on the inaugural for World America, and that ship truly did blow my mind. But I have to go with the Seascape. I think that the Seascape, I'm not just saying that because it's coming to Galveston. I think the Seascape is really unique in a lot of ways. There's a lot of nooks and crannies on board that you feel like you are just exploring the entire time you're on board. I feel like there's always something to do. There's so many activities, but we just have some really great nooks and crannies. I keep saying that, but it's true. You turn the corner and there's, you might have been on the ship for the last 4 days, and you turn the corner and all of a sudden you see a little lounge area that you've never discovered until then. And it's a really fun space. I love our Swarovski crystal staircases and the atrium. There's 20 bars and lounges on board, and I really love the spa and the gym. They're right there. So after a little workout, you can go into the spa, relax in the steam room or sauna. It's just it has everything you would ever want or need. So I'm going to have to go with Seascape.
One of the things that I noticed about MSC, the ships are huge. I mean, some of the ships are really, really huge, as big as some of the other ships, but the lines of an MSC ship are very clean. You don't have all the stuff hanging off the side of the boat, whatever else. But the ships still have all that. We still have the water park. We still have all the different pools. So when you look at the ship from the outside, you think, well, it looks pretty plain because you don't see all that stuff hanging off the side of the boat. But in real life, it's all just contained, and MSC likes to build their ships with, like you had said earlier, more of a yacht type look to them.
Yes, yes. I love the style of our ships. They're very sleek. They're very elegant. They look bougie. They look super nice. They look swanky. And then you get on board and there really is something for everyone. I mean, they did not skip on the details. When you go on board, you can tell that the quality of the ship is there. But to your point, there's something for everybody. I mean, whether you want to go to a disco, you want to do a trivia night, you want to explore the chocolate shop, you want to do the F1 simulator. There are so many things to do. So yeah, don't let the sleekness on the outside fool you. We definitely have a lot going on the interior.
Okay, question number 2, chocolate or gelato?
Oh gosh. I love both. That's a really good question. Okay, so I would have to say gelato if it's during the day. Gelato is just the perfect thing when you're laying out by the pool, or maybe you're at the jungle pool reading a book. There's a gelato bar right there. I would say if you're out in the sun enjoying the pool areas, definitely go with gelato. I like to visit the chocolate shop after dinner. As I'm waiting for some of the late night entertainment to start, I'm going to go to the Vinci chocolate shop. I'm going to fill up my bag of chocolates and snack on those in my room after I get back from the disco. So I would have to say both. You really can't skip out on either because they're both that good.
And all of that gelato and chocolate is made on the ship.
It is all made on the ship, yes.
Fresh on the ship. Okay, and our third and final question here. I know we're running close on time. What is your favorite shore excursion?
My favorite shore excursion? Well, I kind of have a 2-part answer to that. So I'm a foodie. I love to try food from the different places I go to. So if I'm stopping at a port, I'm going to try to go and have a meal off the ship just so I can experience the local cuisine. If I'm going to Ocean Key, though, I have to do the Wave Runner jet ski tours. If you're an adrenaline junkie like me, you will have the best time. I love that it's only an hour because there's so much I also want to do on the island. A lot of times when you sign up for some of these other excursions, it's like a half day or a full day experience, which is also great too. But when I'm on Ocean Key, there's so much to see and do, but also I want to have time to relax. That's what vacation to me is about. I know everyone wants to do something different on vacation, but I want to spend a little time lounging by the beach. So I like to do the Wave Runner tours in the morning. It goes all around the island. It even stops in the middle of the ocean on a sea bank way far out there. You can turn your jet ski off, get off and walk around. It's such an incredible, surreal experience. So I'm going to have to say the Wave Runner tour on MSC Ocean Keys.
I really appreciate all your time today. I know we tried to squeeze you in before you have to get on the road. But again, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for sharing about MSC and what they're going to bring here to Galveston and the opportunities that all of our travelers will have to jump on an MSC ship and visit the Caribbean.
Thank you all for joining us on this episode of Now Boarding, your ticket to adventure. If you're interested in more information about MSC Cruises or to book a cruise vacation, contact me today